Hello friends, it's Mr. Champlin here. We are looking at section 2.10 in your unit 2 notes. We are looking at how to write equations of linear functions when it's given with a graph, a table, or words. Okay, first I'm going to start right here. All right, this is where I'm at. Jason fills up his lawnmower with gasoline. Each hour represented by X, the lawnmower runs. The amount of gasoline decreases at a constant rate. Folks, that's a huge clue. It's going to be slope. Okay? Write an equation that can be used to determine the amount of gasoline represented by f of x is the amount of gasoline that remains after x hours using the graph below. Okay, so to the left we have our graph, but look here, to the right, I have this Bitmoji screaming y-intercept and slope. So what does that tell you? That tells you you need to know these formulas right here. If you now have them down, even if you do have them down, pause the video now and write them in your notes. Okay? Thank you. And thank you for joining us back after writing them in your notes. So first, to figure out how to write this, you have to use the y equals mx plus b. And first thing, we should know by now that y equals f of x. So I'm just going to replace f of x instead of y. Now I need my b value. I am going to find a convenient point on this graph and make a right triangle. That's how I like to use my rise over run. And I am going to go down. Notice my y-axis goes by 4s. So I am going from 60 to 48. Since I'm going down, that will be negative 12. Also notice my x-axis goes by 1s. And I go over one space. So that will be 1. So that means my m equals negative 12 over 1. And if my m equals negative 12 over 1, can I simply just put negative 12? And I'm going to keep my x. I like that x. Next, I need to find my b, right? Well, my b is my y-intercept, which is also crosses the x-axis, or the y-axis. And if it's the point that crosses the y-axis, I'm going to circle it right here. In other words, the point is 0, 84. So if my b value is 84, I'm just going to write plus 84, and look at that. We got ourselves a function for Jason's gas. Okay, let's keep moving along. You guys are doing fantastic. Let's keep up the great work. Okay, so now we have a table, and it says my top part is my minutes and my bottom part is my gallons. Okay, so this says right here, m can equal y over x. Another way you could say m is m equals gt over t. To do this, we need to find a constant rate, right? That's slope, a constant rate. And let's look at our t values. And they go by 5 to 10, 10 to 15. I would say they go up by plus 5 every time. And yes, you can add them up and you're going to get plus 5 every time. Now let's look at our gt values. G of t looks like it goes down by negative 15. Oh, yep. I would say that's a constant rate, right? Negative 15, negative 15. Awesome. So now we got m equals negative 15 over 5, which simply equals negative 3. Not bad. So if we start our function, I'm going to start it over here on the left. I have f of x equals my m is going to be negative 3. Oh, it's not f of x. I can feel you guys correcting me in the background. It is g of t, which means it's negative 3 times t. All right, but we don't see 0, right? Because another way to find y-intercept, you have 0 of b. However, can I just simply, if it's going to the right, adding by 5, if I subtract 5, won't that still be a constant rate? And that would be 0. So I have my 0. So since I went the opposite direction of 5, I want to go the opposite direction of 280, which would be adding 15 this time. So if I'm adding 15, I get 295. There you go. So I have plus 295. And that, my friends, G of t equals negative 3t plus 295. You guys are doing fantastic so far. All right, let's use words. Given a scenario, Brent goes to the store with $18 to buy chips and sodas for a party that he's having. A bag of chips costs $3 and a soda costs $2. Write an equation that models this situation. Well, luckily for you guys, we gave you the standard form is a of x plus b of y equals c. Note that a bag of chips is $3. I'm going to make that my a, so I'm going to say 3 of x. But soda is a different concept, right? So I need a different variable to go with that. So I'm going to make that my b of y. So I'm going to make 2 my b and keep the y. However, I have a total of $18 to finish this off. That would be 18. Okay, so there is my equation for that. What about if a plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour of service? Then write an equation that represents the cost of C. Okay, well, in that case, I would say, oh, and it says H of hours. So I would actually write C of H equals, well, there's a constant charge of $25. That never changes. So I'm going to just keep that as my B value. However, if it's $50 per hour, I have 50 times H. And that would be our equation for that problem. And finally, we're looking at Taylor works at a barista at a local coffee shop. Her signature caramel macchiato requires 2 pumps of caramel sauce per 5 ounces. Notice it's 2 per 5. That means it's a rate. So if it's a rate, I would say write an equation to be determined how many pumps. It says use P of X. So I have P of X. My rate is 2 pumps per 5 ounces, which equals per 5 ounces. And since it's a rate, we're not equals. It is the variable X. And that, my friends, is everything. I hope this made sense. If not, please ask us in class. Otherwise, you have a fantastic day and do excellent on your Ed puzzles. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.